Today, we're going to take a look at a fascinating, science-backed system for patient loyalty. Now, this was specifically designed for top-tier aesthetic practitioners, and it's based on the work of molecular biologist Dr. Ari Massadutti. What's so interesting is that he treats business challenges like a clinical problem. It's a really different way of thinking, so let's dive in.
So let's start with a question that, honestly, every single top practitioner has probably asked themselves. You deliver fantastic results, the patient is over the moon, they swear they'll be back, and poof, they're gone. Why does that happen? Well, listen, this isn't about your skills as a clinician. It's a critical business symptom that even the absolute best clinics are dealing with.
To fix any problem, you've got to diagnose it first, right? So let's think like a clinician. The main symptom here is something we can call the patient engagement gap. And it's this common, often overlooked void where all that potential patient loyalty just evaporates.
Okay, here's the fundamental issue laid out plain and simple. On the left, you've got all the patient's actions. They book the appointment, they show up, they get the treatment. But on the right, the reward they really want, those full final results, that's weeks, sometimes even months down the road. This huge gap, this canyon of time between their effort and the payoff, creates a really dangerous psychological disconnect.
So, we've identified this symptom, that engagement gap. But now we need to diagnose the actual underlying condition. Because there is a powerful psychological principle that is actively working against your practice, and it has a name.
The condition is called the delayed reward feedback loop. Now, I know it sounds a little academic, but it's a simple human reality. When the reward for something we do is too far in the future, our brains just don't connect the two very strongly. That delay literally weakens a patient's drive to come back. You're basically and accidentally training them to disengage from it. And the prognosis if you just let this condition go untreated, well, it's not great. That weak reinforcement leads directly to patient disconnection. They just emotionally drift away. And what does that mean for the business? It absolutely tanks their lifetime value. And, in the end, it makes your practice way less resilient, especially in a competitive market.
But, of course, with every diagnosis, there's a prescription. And the cure for this delayed reward feedback loop is a scientifically backed strategy called the instant reward principle. This is all about completely re-engineering the patient experience from the ground up.
And this quote from Dr. Massadutti really gets to the heart of it. He says, most clinics train patients to disconnect their action from their reward. So the whole goal of this system is to shrink that cycle, to compress that time, and to make every single interaction, no matter how small it seems, feel instantly rewarding for the patient.
So how do we actually apply this treatment? Let's get into the specifics, the dosage, and administration, if you will. These are actionable protocols you can put into practice, well, right away.
The entire treatment plan breaks down into 3 core tactics. First, an instant video confirmation. Second, a system of what we'll call micro-celebrations. And third, the delivery of a tangible reward. Let's break each of these down.
First up, the instant video confirmation. This is so simple but so powerful. As soon as a patient books an appointment, you, the doctor, send them a quick 30-second personal video. This isn't marketing spam. It's a simple, "Hi Jane, it's Dr. Smith. Just saw you booked an appointment and I am so looking forward to talking about your goals." Right away, you create positive reinforcement and make that patient feel seen and valued from the very first click.
Okay, next up is the concept of micro-celebrations. Honestly, this is the key. This is how you bridge those long, silent gaps between appointments that we talked about. These are just small, frequent touch points that are designed to celebrate their progress and keep their excitement and momentum going strong.
So here's what that actually looks like in practice. After their consultation, you send a message celebrating that they've finished step 1 of their journey. On treatment day, maybe you send some quick same-day edited photos that show some subtle, immediate changes. A week later, a little update lands in their inbox. See? These small actions systematically fill that communication void and keep the patient feeling connected and excited about their journey with you.
The whole goal here is to make the invisible visible. For example, a week after a treatment, you could message a patient something really concrete, like, "Quick update, your skin is already producing 34% more collagen." That turns this invisible biological process into a tangible, exciting result they can celebrate right now, not weeks from now.
And the final tactic is the tangible reward. Just imagine this for a second. Your patient, about a day or 2 after their visit, gets a beautifully packaged, clinic-branded serum delivered to their door. This physical gift creates such a powerful connection. It literally extends that positive, professional clinic experience right into their home.
Okay, so we have the diagnosis and we have the prescription. Now it's time to put it all together and create your own custom treatment plan. Let's walk through exactly how you can apply this to your own practice.
Here's your action plan. It's a dead simple 3-step process. First, literally map out your current patient journey, from that very first phone call all the way to their final follow-up. Second, like a clinician, identify every single gap longer than 48 hours where there's just radio silence. And third, you systematically fill each and every one of those gaps with one of the micro rewards we just talked about.
And this is so important to understand. This system, it's not just about being nice or having good customer service. This is the clinical application of behavioral science. It is a sophisticated business strategy, and it's designed to build a practice that isn't just successful, but is truly, deeply resilient. So I'll just leave you with this final thought. By compressing that reward cycle, by celebrating every little step, you make a fundamental shift. You stop conducting one-off transactions, and you start building real, ongoing relationships. So you just have to ask yourself, are you building a clinic that just provides treatments, or are you building a community that your patients will never, ever want to leave?